right? So modern periodic table contain 7 periods, right? There are 7 periods. So what are the 7 periods? Shortest, short, short, long, long, longest. Okay, and we have studied last class. So what is the starting element, what is the ending element, number of elements, all these things covered now. Okay, can you tell me, let's study in detail about periods, each and every periods. Now tell me, let us take first period. Right, first period. Can you tell me, first period has which elements? There are only 2 elements. So it contains hydrogen is the first element and ends with what? Helium. So there are total how many elements? Only 2 elements. Right? So therefore first period has only 2 elements, start with hydrogen, ends with helium. But here important is, remember, in first period electron enters into which orbital, or which orbitals are filled with electron? Only s orbital, that is 1s electron filled 1s orbital. Take down, 1s orbital is filled with electrons, right? In first period only 1s orbital is filled with electron. Next, second period. Take down parallelly. Second period. Can you tell me, what is the second period which starts with lithium, ends with neon? Can you tell me total elements? 8 elements. Already we have studied last class, right? There are 8 elements in second period. But here important is, which orbitals are filled with electrons?
Sp.
So which s, which p? That is 2s and 2p orbitals filled with electrons, right? So 2s and 2p, both the orbitals filled with electron. That is second period. Next is third period. Come on, tell me. So third period starts with sodium. So helium, neon, argon, ends with argon. Then there are total how many elements?
8 elements.
It is also 8 elements. So therefore third period starts with sodium, ends with argon. There are total 8 elements. But so electron enters into or filled in which orbital?
3s, 3p orbitals.
3s,
And 3p orbitals.
3p. Okay. And tell me, that's it, no? 3s and 3p only. Can we get 3d orbital?
No, sir.
In third period you will not get 3d orbital, only 3s, 3p. Therefore 3s and 3p orbitals filled with electrons. Next is fourth period.
Potassium.
Yeah, it is important. Come on, tell me. Yeah, it starts with potassium, of course, and ends with krypton. Because you see, helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon, noble gases, no. So every period start with the first group and ends with the
Noble gases.
noble gas, that is 18th group. So therefore now it has how many total elements?
18.
So total 18 elements. Now come on, tell me. So this period, in this period electron enter into which orbital?
4s.
So of course 4s, 4p, 4s, 4p and 3d. It means in fourth period electron enters into 4s orbital, of course 3d, then 4p. So therefore remember 4s, 4p, 3d. So orbitals filled with electrons. Okay, now can you tell me, in fourth period first time d orbital comes, it means d block started where in fourth period. Fourth period. That means d block element starts from where? Fourth period, not third period. So it indicates d block elements starts in fourth period. Okay, can you tell me d block element starts in fourth period? Which is the first d block element in fourth period?
Scandium.
Very good, scandium. Because till calcium is p block, scandium 21, no? So scandium is the first d block element. Next, scandium is a first d block element. So whose atomic number Z equal to 21. Okay. Next, fifth period. This information is important to understand the classification next. That's what remember. Fifth period. Come on, tell me. In fifth period, electron enter into which orbitals? 5. 5s. Of course, s will be there, no? 5s, 5p, 4d. Then, if you want to write f, we should write 3f. But is it 3f is possible? 3f orbital is not there. So therefore, electron enters into 5s, 5p and 5d. Orbitals filled with electrons. Okay. Come on, tell me. Now here 5s, 5p, 5d orbitals are filled with electron. Then what about which element, starting element? It starts with lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium. It starts with rubidium, ends with xenon. Total how many elements? It is also 18 elements. Next, sixth period. Come on, tell me. Sixth period start with cesium, ends with radon. After xenon, radon, no. Then total how many elements? Here is 32 elements. Now come on, tell me. So electron enters into 6s, 6p. If you want to write d, it should be 1 less, no, 5d and 4f. Orbitals, important, filled with what? Electrons, right? So these orbitals are filled with electron. Okay, it means now we got 4f first time now here. It means f block element starts with 6th only, no? So therefore, important, f block elements starts in sixth period, right? Now before this, is there any f block elements? No. So it means where a d block element starts? Fourth. So d block element start fourth period. So fourth and fifth period there is a d block. And sixth period there is a 4f. Okay. Now next question is, which is the first f block element in sixth period? Which is the first f block element? F block element starts here, no? You understand it? Okay, that is 4f. F block elements are, again there are two classes, 4f, 5f. So in 4f, which is the first element? Cerium. Lanthanum is a d block, but lanthanides are f block. Understand? Lanthanum is a D block, but lanthanide F block. In lanthanide, which is the first element? Cerium. Therefore, cerium is the first F block element. Important. Cerium atomic number is 58. Is first F block element. Okay, understand? Next, seventh period.
Francium.
Yeah, tell me. Seventh period start from francium. Francium ends with, it is incomplete, right?
Yes, sir.
Incomplete period. Seventh period is a incomplete period. Okay. Now, next, here, which orbitals are filled with electron? It is a seventh. It is seventh period. No, it's very simple. Seventh period. No, there should be a 7s and there should be a 7p.
6D.
There should be a 6d.
5F.
5f. Orbitals are,
Filled with electrons.
yes, filled with electrons. Right. Now here in seventh period there is a 5f subshell. Right. Since there is a 5f subshell, now tell me, there is a 5f series will be there. 5f series elements are called what? Actinides. That means, so, yeah, that's it. No, actinides. Therefore, actinides are belongs to
5F series.
5f. That is seventh period. Therefore, now here actinides are present in seventh period. Okay, can you tell me which is the first actinide? Which is the first actinide in seventh period? Thorium, right? So TH, thorium 90 is the first actinide in seventh period. Okay, so this is about periods. Right. Right, groups. Come on, tell me, a modern periodic table contains how many groups? 18. So there are 18 groups, right? So according to IUPAC, so groups are 1, 2, it is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There are total 18 groups. Okay. Then this is according to IUPAC classification. But there is a old classification also. So according to old classification, first group is called first A. Second group is called second A. Then next, this 13th group is called third A. Okay. And 14th group is fourth A. It is fifth A. Sixth A. It is seventh A. This is zero group. Okay. Next. And third group is called, now next is here. Yeah. 12th, no, 13th, yeah. 11th is called, it is a 1B, it is 2B. 11th is a first B, 12th is second B. Next, third is third B, it is fourth B. Next, fifth B. Next is sixth B, seventh B. And the remaining three groups are there. Three groups. 8th, 9th, 10th. They collectively called 8th B. So this is the old classification. You should remember both. Right. Then let's study one by one. Tell me, about first group.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me, in first group, which elements are present?
Hydrogen,
Okay.
lithium, sodium.
Tell me here, let's write point wise. Which group elements are called first group element? Hydrogen, lithium, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium are called first group elements, right? So hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium and cesium, francium called first group element. Next point, do you know first group elements are also called alkali metals, right? So they also called, take the notes thoroughly, they also called alkali metals, but except what? Except hydrogen. Hydrogen is not a alkali metal, so it is except hydrogen, right? So except hydrogen, other elements are called alkali metals. Do you know why they are called alkali metals? So they called alkali metals because all these metals reacts with water, they form corresponding hydroxide. Like for example, sodium reacts with water to form sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, magnesium, that is rubidium hydroxide. All these hydroxides are basic nature, right? So therefore they are called alkali metals because they reacts with water to form corresponding hydroxides, right? Next point, come on, tell me, do you know all first group elements have how many valence electron? Only one, isn't it? So all the first group element have one valence electron, therefore their general electronic configuration is ns1. So they have one valence electron, therefore general electronic configuration is ns1, right? Next, second group element. Come on. So which elements are called second group element? That is, tell me elements. Beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, radium. Here no, radium is a radioactive, no? Here francium also radioactive. So this is a radioactive element. Here also it is a radioactive element. So therefore beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium and radium are called second group elements. Do you know there is another name for second group element? They are also called alkaline earth metals, right? So they are also called alkaline earth metals. Do you know why they are called alkaline earth metal?
Because they were found from
No, like similar to alkali metal, they react with water, they form the corresponding hydroxide. Like for example, magnesium, it reacts with water, magnesium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, strontium hydroxide, all these are basic nature. They form corresponding hydroxide, they are basic nature, and moreover, the most of these elements occur in earth crust. They occur in earth crust and they are alkali nature, hence they are called alkaline earth metals, right? So because they form hydroxides, corresponding hydroxide, and occur in earth crust, right? So they occur in earth crust. Next point, can you tell me all these second group elements have how many valence electron?
AI,
2. So they have 2 valence electron, therefore their general electronic configuration is
NS2.
they have 2 valence electron, Therefore, general electronic configuration is NS2. Right? Next, about third group. See, from third group to 12th group,
D block.
they call D block element. We will study about D block element later separately. It is about D block. Okay, we will study separately later. Next, let us study only here. These are the P block. 13 to 18 group or
D block.
P block. Come on, tell me now. 13th group element. 13th group also called which group it is? Third A, no? Okay, third A. Come on, tell me which elements are called 13th group element? Boron, carbon, isn't it? Boron, carbon, nitrogen. Boron group, no? Okay. Boron, aluminium,
Gallium.
yes, gallium, boron, aluminium, gallium, indium, thallium. No, why titanium? Boron, aluminium, gallium, indium, thallium. Correct only. Okay. So these are the 13th group element. Right? Now tell me, in all 13 group elements, and they also called boron family. Why?
Because the
Boron is the first element now. So, like, it is like a family head. Right? So, therefore, they are also called boron family elements. Next, so boron family elements have how many valence electron? 3. Because 13th group here, 3 valence electron, 14 4 valence electron, 15 5, 16 6, 17 7, 18 group is 8 valence electron. Right? So therefore, so boron family elements, they have how many? 3 valence electron. Okay. So they have 3 valence electron. Therefore, what is the general electronic configuration? NS. Can we write NS3?
NP3, sir.
NS2 NP1. NP1 because 2 plus 1 3 valence electron. Therefore, NS2 NP1 is the general electronic configuration of 13th group elements. Okay. Next, 14th group. 14th group also called 4th A group. No. Come on, tell me. So which elements are called 14th group?
Sulfur.
Carbon,
Sulfur.
carbon, silicon, germanium, carbon, silicon, carbon, silicon, germanium. No, not germanium. Carbon, silicon, selenium, no, germanium, silicon. Okay, next is not Carbon. Okay, carbon, silicon, tin, lead. One. Carbon, silicon, germanium, tin, lead. Correct only. Carbon, silicon, germanium, tin, lead. Okay. Right. So here, yeah, this is also called carbon family. No, carbon is the first element. It is also called carbon family element. Okay. Next, they have how many valence electron? They have 4 valence electron. Therefore, what is the general electronic configuration? It is NS2 NP2. NS2 NP2 is the general electronic configuration. Next, 15th group element. Yeah, 15th group, they are also called fifth. Okay, fifth A. So they are nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth. Right, so nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth are 15th group element. They are also called nitrogen family element, but other name is nicogens. Nicogens. They are also called nicogens because
They use it for making pesticides.
no, nitrogen is the element. Nitrogen is element. It is used in many fertilizers like ammonia, nitrate, nitrites. There are many fertilizer compounds are contain nitrogen, and those compounds are called nictonides. Nictonides compounds. Nicogen is the element. Okay, next. So they have how many valence electron?
5.
Valence electrons are 5, right? So therefore, what is the general electronic configuration? NS2, NP3, 2 plus 3, 5. Next, 16th group element. Sixteenth group element also be a sixth A group, no? Sixth A group. Come on, tell me which elements are oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, and polonium. So oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, polonium called 16th group elements. Next, come on, tell me. Here they are also called chalcogens, isn't it? Or oxygen family elements. Chalcogens. So why they are called chalcogens? So most of the oxides, not oxides, most of the compounds, it may be oxides, carbonates, nitrates. So compounds formed from, that is by using this oxygen. Okay, oxides, no, means not only oxides, nitrate, nitrite, carbonate, bicarbonate, sulfate, all these compounds containing oxygen. Okay, so therefore they are called chalcogens. Okay, next, or oxygen family element. So they have how many valence electron? 6. Therefore, what is the general electronic configuration? NS2, NP4. 2 plus 4, 6 valence electron. Next, 16th group element. Or 17th group. It is also be a 7th A group. So fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine. Right. So they are also called halogens. Right. So most of the halogen form salts, no? Salt forming elements. Sodium chloride, potassium chloride. Right. So they are called halogens. And moreover, fluorine family elements. How many valence electrons they have? So they have 7 valence electron. Valence electrons are 7. So therefore, what is the general electronic configuration of these elements? NH2, NP5, 2 plus 5, 7 valence electron. Okay. Come on, next tell me. 18th group. So which elements are called 18th group? Noble gases, that is helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon, where radon is a radioactive element. So helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon are called noble gases. Of course 18 group element. Come on, tell me what are the other names? They called noble gases, right? Inert gases, zero group elements, and moreover nulli valent elements. Valence is zero, no? Nulli valent elements. Valency, no, valence is zero. Valence electrons are 8, but valence is 0. Both are different. Valence is different. Valence electrons are different. Okay. Nulli valent. Next is, they are also called rare gases, no? Rare gases because they occur very rarely. Okay. Next, they are also called aerogens. Right? You know, they are also called bridging elements. Huh? Bridging element. Bridging element. Do you know why they are called rare gases? Because they occur in rarely. It means they occur in rarely. So it is approximately 1% by volume in air. Only 1% by volume in air. Since they occur only in air, they are also called aerogens. And bridging element. Why they are called bridging element? So these elements are, they are bridge between more electropositive and more electronegative. You see, in periodic table, here at the end of the periodic table is what? Noble gases, right? Here, helium, neon, argon, krypton, right? Before this, halogens, no? Fluorine, chlorine, bromine. We know that halogens are most electronegative element. Okay, next. So before this there is a most electronegative. Then tell me, after the noble gas, again in periodicity, it starts what? Lithium, sodium, potassium. They are more electropositive element. So it means noble gases are forming bridge between most electronegative and most electropositive elements. Hence they are called bridging element. Right? So these are the other names of noble gases or 18 group elements. Next, they have how many valence electron? They have 8 valence electron. So since they have 8 valence electron, what is the general electronic configuration? NS2 NP6. That is except helium. Yes or no? Except helium. So helium has 1s2. It is called doublet electronic configuration. So helium has doublet electronic configuration, whereas except helium, remaining all the elements have octet. This is called octet electronic configuration. Right. So in periodic table, so what you have to remember and how to remember the whole periodic table. You must remember, in periodic table you must remember the elements only in a group wise. And 1 to 30 you remembered, you know it, 1 to 30, hydrogen to zinc, that's enough. Then the rest of the things you need to remember in a group wise. First group, second group, third group till 18 group. All the elements you must remember group wise only. Then only it is easy to answer the questions. You may get directly, indirectly. If the question comes based on electronic configuration, so if I give something X element like its atomic number is 57 something, we will get electronic configuration. It's difficult to write. Okay, it is difficult to write. But if you remember where its position, you can identify within fraction of second. Let it be. If the element atomic number Z is equal to something 103, if I give 103 atomic number, then they expect right electronic configuration. When this is possible? It is possible the element is situated where? This element belongs to which group, which period, where exactly it is present, then only it is possible to write electronic configuration. Okay, so therefore in this way, so this remembering periodic table is very much important, and moreover it helps a lot to understand the all the blocks, S block, P block, D block, F block. It is directly, indirectly It is, this concept is very much important. You need to remember it. Okay. So therefore, I'll tell you in simple way how to remember. You just take the periodic table. Take all of you. Okay. This is the first group. Can you tell me which elements are there in first group? It starts with hydrogen, no? Right. Start with hydrogen. Hydrogen at the top here. Next is lithium. Next is lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. Right? Okay. This is a first group. Next, second group is, second group starts here, no? Beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, radium. Okay. Next, then what about third group? This is it is a first period, no? This is second, no? It is third, no? It is fourth. Do you know? It is first and second. Third group is a D block, no? Third group D block. The D block start from fourth period. Therefore, you write the D block here. Okay, D block, there are 10 groups. It is a third group, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Next. In D block also, you must remember the elements in a group wise only. You should remember group wise. Come on, tell me. It is scandium, no? Titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper, zinc. What are the remaining element here? You should remember group wise. Scandium, yttrium, lanthanum, actinium. Next, titanium, zirconium, hafnium. Next, vanadium. See, chromium, molybdenum, tungsten, vanadium, niobium, tantalum. Next, manganese, technetium, rhenium. Next, iron, ruthenium, osmium. Cobalt, rhodium, iridium. Next, nickel, palladium, platinum. Copper, copper, silver, gold. These are the coinage metals, no? Copper, silver, gold called coinage metals. Earlier, they were used to make coins. Copper coins, silver coins, gold coins. Coinage metals. Next, zinc, cadmium, mercury. Right? Okay. So it is about D block. So you must remember element in a group wise. Okay. I repeat once again. You listen the names. Scandium, yttrium, lanthanum, actinium. Next, titanium, zirconium, hafnium, vanadium, niobium, tantalum, chromium, molybdenum, tungsten, manganese, technetium, Tc, rhenium, iron, ruthenium, osmium, cobalt, rhodium, iridium, nickel, palladium, platinum, copper, silver, gold, you know it, zinc, cadmium, mercury. Okay, it is about P block. Next is D block. Next is P block. Come on, tell me. Here, you see, lithium, beryllium. What is the next element is? Boron, no? Boron. So, boron, no? Boron will be here. Yes. Next is boron, aluminium, gallium, indium, thallium. Next, carbon, silicon, germanium, tin, lead. Next is nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth. Next, oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium, polonium. Next, huh? How come phosphorus? Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine. Next is helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. See how simple it is. Okay. Taken? Right here, first and second group. So it is a first A, it is second A. So these two groups are called what? It is S block, right? S block element. Next, here it is a 13th group, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th. So 13 to 18 group elements called what? They are P block. Then in between P block and S block there is a D block. Then where is F block? You see F block here. F block elements are further classified into two series. That is a lanthanoid, right? And what? Actinoids. There are two series, lanthanoid actinides. Lanthanides are called 4F series, actinides are called 5F series. We will study in detail later. Then where the lanthanides are present, where the actinides? It is a 4th and 5th period, 6th period, 7th period. Tell me. So yeah, F block elements start from which period?
6th period.
F block element starts 6th period. 6th and 7th will be there, right? In 6th period there is a lanthanum element is there, no? La. Okay, lanthanum is a 57 atomic number, right? The atomic number of lanthanum is 57. Do you know lanthanum 57? What we expect half MEM atomic number? 58. We expect 58. It's supposed to be 58, no? Because it is a 57, it's supposed to be 58. It is not a 58. It is a 72. It means, so what are the remaining element? Cerium to lutetium. Cerium is a 58 element and lutetium 71. So all these elements are placed in this box only. Why they are placed in the same box? Because all the 14 elements are having similar property to that of lanthanum. That's what 71 here, 72 is here. If 72 is this, it is 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. Now here we want, yeah, that is 80. Can you tell me, here this is a, 21, no? This is 30. Okay. Then, yeah, next what about actinum? Again it is actinum. Tell me, what is the atomic number of actinum? 89. Atomic number of actinum is 89. The elements which are present after actinum is what? thorium and lawrencium Li. So thorium atomic number is 90, lawrencium is 103. Okay, so this question was given last NEET exam. From the this topic, what question is given? Which question? There are 4 elements given, no? Atomic numbers, not atomic number, names given, and their Latin names given, and IUPAC name is given. Not something is given like this, no? UUP, UUN, right? Then here given names given, their common names given. There was one question is lawrencium also 103. That comes here only. Okay. That is our next topic, next concept, that only. Okay, now tell me thorium to lawrencium 103. Then tell me here something element is there. Okay, there will be element. So whose atomic number is what? 104. You need to remember the 104 element is present where? 4th group. That's important. Next is 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 12, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118. Now one question. You just imagine in periodic table if all elements are discovered. In periodic table, if all elements are discovered, what would be the last element in periodic table? Why drawback? So if that is the possible, this is the atomic number. Yeah. I told that there are some more elements are synthetic elements are synthetic elements are prepared. Okay, for those elements here they have not fixed in this periodic table. Now this periodic table can accommodate only these many elements. If you want to fix those elements, so you have to create another periodic table. Okay, so therefore what they are doing is the elements which are newly created, those elements having like similar properties to some other elements, they are product of some other elements, right? They are like they are very close to some other elements, like that they are tagging, but this is periodic table is fixed. Okay, so therefore now this is 118 element. Now what questions are important? Important is, suppose question is 1110, atomic number 1110, it is belongs to which group? 10th group. Therefore you just remember this last 2 digits. So yeah, last 2 digits. If it is last two digits is 10th group. Last 2 digits 04, 4th group. Okay, like last 2 digits 18th group. That's it. Okay, next other thing what they may expect, which period. Obviously all these elements the elements which are after 104 till 103 is where, of course 103 also here only, 103 even after 100 also, the elements atomic number more than 100 all are belongs to 7th period. It comes here, no? 103 means 102, 101, 100, right? Therefore the elements which are having after uranium, we have studied the elements which are present after uranium called transuranic element. Okay, so they are having special properties, particularly radioactive. They are very dangerous also, harmful, dangerous. So radioactive element. So all the radioactive elements present which period? 7th period. That means transuranic element present which period? 7th period. Okay, this is important. And moreover, tomorrow I will ask all of you, you just try to remember group wise, all the element group wise. Okay, this is also D block elements also group wise. Don't try to by heart period wise. Okay, we will get the questions based on this only, group only. Till year 30 you should remember, till 30 remember sequence. Okay, more than 30 not required, remaining all are group wise only. Okay, so this is the periodic table. Next is IUPAC nomenclature. Read on. IUPAC nomenclature of element with atomic number more than 100. IUPAC names of elements with Z is greater than 100. Based on this only, in 2020 question was appeared in NEET. Okay, now tell me, listen carefully. The IUPAC name of element, see earlier, before IUPAC, okay, before IUPAC was introduced, there was elements are names given, no? So those names are given based on what? Their interest, like scientific interest. Some scientists gave their children's name, okay, their brother name, sister name, okay, wife name, of course, mother name, and ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ದೇಶ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ so country name, polonium, okay, like that. So it is given indium, like there are many. So it is given by their interest. But when IUPAC was introduced, so IUPAC has kept one rule. Okay, so whoever prepared or whoever synthesized or whoever identified, discovered, whatever it is, they don't have any right to give name. The name has to be decided by IUPAC itself. Okay, for that IUPAC has given some guidelines, that is simple guidelines. It means those guidelines helps everyone to give the name. Even you can also give the name. If new element is identified, you can also give the name based on like its atomic number, its property. Okay, so it is easy to remember, everyone, right? So if you go on write the its common name, its their interested name, how long you can remember, how many you can remember, it's difficult. So that is the problem with this naming. And later after atomic number 100, any of 100 is given, let it be. After 100 they have fixed, okay, IUPAC name. But in fact after 100 also names are given. So unfortunately the same question asked in NEET. Now what we supposed to be, IUPAC name should be remembered, it should be asked, but they have last exam, they have linked with IUPAC name versus their common names. So question asked, that means you have to study it. Now so far we did not focus on that. We did not given question like that, but see, once they ask reference, we have to study carefully. Okay, fine. Let's see. Now this is IUPAC name. The IUPAC name of element derived from their what? Root words. Root words of first three, that is three digits by adding IUM. It means the IUPAC name of the elements with more than atomic number 100 is derived from their digits, 3 digits, root words of 3 digits, and finally we should add IUM. Okay, write one sentence. The IUPAC name of element derived from IUPAC name or names of elements derived from root word of 3 digits and IUM added, and IUM is added at the end. IUM is added at the end. So therefore, to write the IUPAC name, first of all we should know what are the digits name. Okay. So take first, this is first. Yeah. Digit, it's what is the Latin name? Digit is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If the digit is 0, it is called nil. N-I-L, nil. Next, un, by, 3, try, quad, Q-U-A-D, quad. Next, pent, hex, not hept, it is sept, important, sept. Then oct. Next, n, not none, n. Okay, so these are the digits. So if you remember these digits, it is possible to write the IUPAC name of any element which is more than atomic number 100. Okay, write one question. Write the IUPAC name of following elements. Write the IUPAC name of following elements. So take in one column atomic number, IUPAC name, come on. So if the atomic number is 101, come on, tell me what is its IUPAC name? 1 is what? Un, right? Un. Next is 1, 0 is what? Nil. Next is un. So yes, un, nil, un. Then add IUM. Un, nil, un, IUM. So its short form is first letter U, N, U. And for short form you should not write IUM. It is a U, N, U. Okay, that's it. 1 or 2, come on. For 1 or 2, it is un, nil, by, IUM. So IUM is common for all. Un, nil, by. Next, tell me, this is U, N, B. U, N, B. Next, 1 or 3, fast. You write? Write down. Right, so the elements with atomic number more than 100. So we have IUPAC names. Tell me, this is UNU. Next, UNB. It is UNT. Next, UNQ, UNP, UN. Something is wrong. P, H. Okay, right. Next, UN, S, UN, O. Next, UN, E, N, nil, no, UN, E, sorry, E. Next, UN, N, U, B. Anything wrong? 110. So UUN. Next, tell me here. UUT, UUQ, UUP, UU Higgs, UU Sept, UU. Okay. Right. So here next is their common names also there. It is important. So it is 101. This name anyhow you can remember easily. Okay, if you remember the digits, this is easy to remember. But the problem is this. So 101, it is a Mendelevium. Next 102, Nobelium. 103, I think you know Lawrencium. How? Where you have studied? So yes, in actinides, last element is Lawrencium. 103. Okay, it is the last element of actinum. Okay, next 104, Rutherfordium. See, there is one interesting point about this Rutherfordium RF. This Rutherfordium, no, it was discovered by American as well as at the same time even Soviet Union also. Russia. Now it is Russia. Earlier it is Soviet Union. Right. It was discovered by two countries at the same time. Okay. The problem is giving name. This name is alright. Okay. It is given U and Q. But they wanted to give their names also. So therefore, America has given Rutherfordium. But Soviet Union also given name, that is a Kurchatonium. Kurchatonium. Right. So Kurchatonium is the name. Yes, it is given by Soviet Union. But Rutherfordium, we used to study only Rutherfordium. Just remember for knowledge purpose. Okay. Next. So next is 105. It is Dubnium. 106. Seaborgium. Okay. Seaborgium. Okay. 107. Borium. Okay. Niels Bohr. Borium. You can remember like that. Next 108. Hassium. 109. Metanrium. Okay. 110. Darmstadtium. 111. Röntgenium. 112. Copernicium. Next 113. Mehonium. 114. Fluorovium. 115. Moscovium. You know, Russia, Moscow capital is there, no? Remember like that, Moscovium. 115. Next 116. Livermorium. 117. Tensium. 118. Oganson. Okay, but you should remember it. Okay, so yeah, I think from 101 to 108 they have given this year they have given question. It means 4 elements they selected. There is a Lawrencium and Dubnium, Rutherfordium is there. Some elements is given and there this names given. These names given. These name versus this name. Okay, it means yeah, it's a question like match the following. It was like that only. So this is the importance of IUPAC nomenclature. You should remember.